The Democratic Republic of Congo faces another crisis. M23 rebels seized control of Goma in late January 2025. Goma, the capital of North Kivu province, is strategically crucial. The city holds significant economic and symbolic weight. The M23's swift takeover has sent shockwaves throughout the region. The capture of Goma is a major victory for the rebel group. It demonstrates their growing strength and ambition. The M23 has long been a destabilizing force in eastern DRC. Their resurgence marks a dangerous turn in the ongoing conflict. This raises serious concerns about the DRC government's ability to maintain control. The M23's offensive has been characterized by brutality. Reports suggest widespread human rights abuses. These abuses include targeted killings and sexual violence. The rebels' disregard for civilian lives has created a climate of terror in Goma. The humanitarian cost of this conflict continues to escalate. The international community has condemned the M23's actions. There is growing pressure for a ceasefire and a negotiated settlement. However, the situation remains volatile. The M23 has vowed to continue its advance. Their ultimate objective appears to be the capture of Kinshasa, the DRC's capital. The fall of Goma underscores the fragility of peace in the region. It serves as a stark reminder of the complex challenges facing the DRC. The M23's takeover of Goma has triggered a humanitarian crisis. The city is reeling from violence and displacement. Thousands have fled their homes. Many live in overcrowded, unsanitary conditions. Resources are strained and aid is crucial. The international community must act swiftly. The M23's resurgence has inflamed regional tensions. The DRC government accuses Rwanda of supporting the rebel group. These accusations are not new. Rwanda has a long history of involvement in the DRC's internal affairs. The Rwandan government denies any involvement in the current crisis. Despite Rwanda's denials, evidence suggests their complicity. Reports from human rights groups and independent observers point to Rwandan support for the M23. This alleged support includes the provision of weapons, training, and logistical assistance. Rwanda's actions appear motivated by a desire to exert influence in the region. The DRC's accusations have strained relations between the two countries. The situation is further complicated by the presence of other armed groups in eastern DRC. These groups, often with their agendas, contribute to the volatility of the region. The complex web of alliances and rivalries makes finding a peaceful solution even more challenging. The international community must work to de-escalate tensions. This requires holding all parties accountable for their actions. Targeted sanctions and diplomatic pressure could help curb Rwanda's alleged support for the M23. A regional approach involving neighboring countries is crucial to achieving lasting peace. The international community has expressed grave concern over the situation in the DRC. The United Nations has condemned the violence and called for an immediate ceasefire. The UN peacekeeping mission in the DRC, known as MONUSCO, is working to protect civilians and facilitate humanitarian access. However, MONUSCO's mandate and resources are limited. The United States has called for a peaceful resolution to the conflict. The US has imposed sanctions on M23 leaders. They are also engaging in diplomatic efforts to promote dialogue. The European Union has echoed these calls for peace and urged all parties to respect human rights. Despite these efforts, the situation remains volatile. The M23 continues its advance. Human rights abuses are still being committed. The international community must do more to hold perpetrators accountable. This includes supporting the International Criminal Court's investigations into war crimes and crimes against humanity in the DRC. The crisis in the DRC is a complex and multifaceted challenge. There is no easy solution. However, the international community must remain engaged. A failure to act decisively will have dire consequences for the people of the DRC and the entire region.